Black magic. I hit my shit one more time with that black magic. This lead off. Tires gotta be M-rated. Ride Michelin latitude. Spray the Mac like it's black magic. All black nigga with an attitude. Wristwatch full of ice cubes. Ziploc full of rabbit food. Rubber glove straight dog food like the pesto. We getting out too like the vet hoe. Get your dog shot. You the type of nigga call the cops smoke. Shooting dice, then I brought my Glock. Seen them lose their life and they taught me like. Got a young freak with a tongue ring. Make it disappear with a cough drop. I was so geek. First shot a nigga with my pistol cock. Hurt my jaw lock. Niggas talking like they Robocop. Gotta know I keep something tough. And my youngest somewhere in the cut with a drum and they don't do nothing but clutch. I'm in first place, you to run up. You just run your mouth, I just run it up. I just want the mouth, she just wanna fuck. I just fucked another couple hundred up. 100, 200, 3, 4, 500, 600 racks. Bank tell us not a lot of smash, you know I'm up and running, getting money fast. Nigga, watch the way you're looking at me. Snapshot in the Range Rover. Black magic in the chopper, split a bitch in half. I'm finna take the game over. Dub for dub, I sell a bitch a whole kid. And it might take 100 days, but rather it's moon rock blow. Boy, bet I can make 100 in 100 ways. Nigga, sell it ringing, I'ma go to work. Streets fucking with me, cause I been legit. My nigga would hit it with the soda first. He rolled it up and get it whipping in a 6. Headshot to a fuck nigga. Headshot to a fuck nigga. No, all I do is get money, fuck codes, play dumb, I don't trust nigga. Made black magic in the clutch, got that whole body street turned up, nigga. Pull up on your Instagram, gangsta pretty ass nigga, hit them up, nigga, put them up, I ain't turned down yet. Got old chest, you ain't found yet, nigga, cupping hoes out and down south, me the hoes, I ain't even down yet. Pull up in the Jeep, no doors, AK-47, got a 80 round that. Fuck niggas, I don't come round that. Got lost to where I was found at. That's black magic, that's black magic. Double down and make black magic. Mass on crease, high like 40 for his mother down and make black magic. Plug and drop it to my sister's house. 90 with me, call it Mac magic. Pop it off before I drop it off, it disappeared on me. That's black magic, that's black magic, that's black magic. Double down and make black magic. Mass on crease, high like 40 for his mother down and make black magic. Plug and drop it to my sister's house. 90 with me, call it Mac magic. Pop it off before I drop it off, it disappeared on me. That's black magic. My control over any nigga plotting on me like they call it black magic. Know I'm headed to the top, the nigga think he sliding, I be sliding right past him. Hated on me to his hoe, she seen me in the VIP and had a bite spasm. Make it wetter than the ocean for a nigga poker, know I got the white raggy. Tripping on me cause I went to putting on the rubber like I'm making nice nasty. Not a rapist, I white flagging. Pull a condom off in my jacket. Got more zippers than a mic jacket. Moon rock the same colors like cabbage. Whole city full of guns, smoky swimming in the water with a life jacket. Real recognize real, I don't know you niggas from a can of black magic. Rich cool guy Cali, only why I'm fucking with her, she a slight ratchet. We don't run off from the plugger, but it got too many units, we just right back it. She don't get the ad, all the snipers go to get into it, we just like static. In the black caddy by the mic shatters, 2 choppers in the bitch, I'm black flagging. Then go pull up by the river where we throw the pistols, after that I'm bite trapping. I done pick up many littles, bitches wanna fuck on auto like a giant ratchet. Soon as bitches get it tripping, I be disappearing, poof, call it black magic. That's black magic, that's black magic. Double down and make black magic. Mass on crease, high like 40 for his mother down and make black magic. Plug and drop it to my sister's house. 90 with me, call it Mac magic. Pop it off before I drop it off, it disappeared on me. That's black magic, that's black magic, that's black magic. Double down and make black magic. Mass on crease, high like 40 for his mother down and make black magic. Plug and drop it to my sister's house. 90 with me, call it Mac magic. Pop it off before I drop it off, it disappeared on me. That's black magic.
You do what you aren't.
You mean you are what you do?
No, I mean, you do what you are. You're born with a gift. If not that, then you get good at something along the way. And what you're good at, you don't take for granted.
Game don't wait for no one.
What if you do betray your gift?
Betray yourself.
Don't sell yourself short, that's a short stroll from selling your soul. I recently found myself, it's time to set some new goals. Forget some new clothes, Rolexes and gold. Flexing for hoes and talking about freeing your mind by the time you let some shit go. Post-traumatic stress since adolescence. I was at war with myself, but that was lessons, those was blessings. Just to learn from my mistakes and live to tell it, no confession. Able to make a stable living off my self-expression. I'm guessing my haters didn't think I manifested when I was trapped in the trap. It's how I plan to exit. Got to plan with weapons, getting that weight off like I'm anorexic. On the other hand, shit wasn't right, so I left like I'm ambidextrous. I had places in Vegas, Phoenix, Atlanta, Texas. Heard people say I'm the greatest, a genius and a legend. They say my insomnia come from manic depression. Voices telling me grind hard, don't abandon your message.
See the game don't wait for no one. You do what you are. Whether you are on the top or the bottom, long as you go get your dollar.
Can you hear me? Cause you hear me before, but can't you hear me now? Here it is, there it was. I ain't slept right in 14 years, I'm dead serious. Finally came face to face with my fears, praying in the mirror. A lot of times I just be thinking out loud, that where I hear. A lot of rap niggas really be cowards, I say they weird. Portraying and playing roles, ain't real as they appear. Really was in them streets, so they feel the shit in they spirits. Shots fired, I was shooting and shooting back. Where they do that at? Anywhere, anytime, call it on sight. Better keep your get. I was beefing for 6 months straight. I ain't even rap, never left the east side neither. No sleep, swag, took a year to get my bankroll right. But never stopped grinding, hard, hit it. Learn my lesson, call it perfect time. Yeah. Nah, I'm not just rhyming.
Yeah. You see the game, don't wait for no one. You do what you are. Whether you on the top or the bottom, long as you go get your dollar. Long as you go get your dollar.
I just want a bankroll.
You do what you are.
Yeah. I probably go back to school. Soon. See, I gotta get to where I learn it. I know it. I just go call your brother 3 on the way. Naturally, we was hungry without nothing. Get the racks, big strap, you know how I'm coming. Now I'm getting real money and I kinda love it. Ain't nothing changed, still got the chop behind the oven. I ain't really got time to wind and dine a woman. First day, my telling me in the backseat, house on the hill, without no deal. All cause I keep it real, yeah, that's me. Even Jill wanna jack me. I turn your rap beat to attract me. No hesitation, they sap that, please. Premeditated ain't nothing but a stack to me, flat feet. These niggas murder like a misdemeanor. Young Bimmer get the squeeze and I ain't missing either. Free red dot, I miss my people. Got something I can't name for obvious reasons. If I told you, you wouldn't probably believe it. See, I really be hollering at Migos. I been got me a check, but none of shit leave. But 100 that I tell them fuck. Now, I ain't never had a 9 to 5. Been shot at 6 or 8 times. Through all of the crap, I survived. I've been tested, never testified. Yeah, you talk the streets, but can you specify? I've been working on this movie, me, my F and I. And I've been fucking on your bitch, that's my alibi.
Ready for a war, no better cry. If they try one of mine, then I got it right. My strategy sign is a $sign. If my money hurt your feelings, I apologize. Nigga, please. I will count money before I learn how to read. I'm one of a kind. I'm nothing like you. You nothing like me. I'm a whole nother creed. I'm with the shit. Plus I'm the shit. You won't see me sweat, bitch. I got it on degree. Get to the money, cut nothing and free. Got a kid, turn my 9 to a carbon 15. We walking around strapped like the laws and chains. I got a clip long enough to be a walking cane. Dog ass nigga gone off the chain. Can't trust a soul, that's the cost of fame. Little rap nigga heart so separately. I make this shit look effortless. Tool on deck, you can hit from long range like I got that motherfucker on the selfie stick. Feeling like the Prince of Bel-Air. Fresher than the motherfucking air. Wick, still getting dome like a hair. Picks up motherfucking fly, I'm air. Recon, I was born, I've been money hungry ever since, yeah. What you know about it? I got a chick ride with me, she's so humble, but when she open her mouth, she's so cocky. No, I don't think you get it. I tell you, my little brother slanging the Iggy. I tell you, my lady be tripping cause I'm never home. Bring her more stones than better and whip on my pants is one thing I could never get rid of. You know what I see when I stare in my mirror? Narcotic dealer, a weapon concealer, financial provider for my life, for me, you got speed.
That's how I feel though, baby. You know what I mean? We charged off to a bitch. Shot. I ain't hit that pussy in a minute. But bitch, I'm right back in it. And I'm thugging. Fuck that flavor vodka, I'm smoking something. Hopped out my lack in the Jackson, I let my motor run it. My ghetto valley, my geeker, he keep my slash polished. And I hear my work in my speakers, I know the task. Watching bitch, I put the pound of rest. Drop 100 pounds of jet. Nigga be pimping this pin, but yo, I'm still ducking them mouth for best. FBI, DEA, stay on my DICK. Probably gon' die a dealer. Nigga been hustling dope since 98. Banging the gang since 95. These rapping ass niggas ain't no riders. All the worship is them dollars where I reside.
Yeah, I'm just rolling, really good beat I'm blowing, with my music holding, make the nigga feel like flowing, when the style feeling the cold wind, 15 minutes of showbiz, I ain't tripping where my hope is, bitches go to bitches and these hoes they go to
Pocket full of money and I still feel broke. Syrup in my Sprite, my niggas still sell coke. I pour my heart in the song, but in this letter I wrote, I use discretion in codes. Never say never, but you never know. Down bad, blowing good, smoke an ounce of session. Used to stretch, just had an accountant to help me count my blessings. Still hate it when the weed man style man leave me stressed. It be like, just give me a second, like a re-election. You smoke that presidential, my bitch from in the dude. Chop up this pimpin' with her, and as you guess she get screwed. Can't kick it how I kick it, like your shoelace is missing. Probably hard with this mistress, you two-faced bitches.
I'm just rolling, really good beat I'm blowing, with my music holding, make the nigga feel like flowing, when the style feeling the cold wind, 15 minutes of showbiz, I ain't tripping where my hope is, bitches go to bitches and these hoes they go to going
Gas pack of that 93, double cups of that 30 weight. Vogues wrap my 84s, butter seats on my vertebrae. Candy paint on my doors, bitch. Full wheel with our whole bitch. Shotgun my new boo, but your new boo is my old bitch. Date on my cold wrist, that's Times Square on my arm, ho. Yellowstones, I talk money, my teeth shine when I yawn, ho. Y'all broke niggas so born, bro. Fly niggas stay soaring, ho. Leaning good on that purple rain, my cup empty, I'm pouring more. It's just a Texas thing, fall like them Texans, man. Flosser, I run it like Foster, boss up, you understand? Still in it, bitch, in underhand. But I got the upper, I'm paper touching them fucking bands.
I'm just rolling, really good beat I'm blowing, with my music holding.
Sleep, I'm tired, I feel wired like cold.
32 shots on my name. C-No, what up? C-No, what up? My trap house with a name on the lease. My drink plug with a name on the script. Ain't it a trip? I drink, I don't sip. Blew so much money, they think I'm a crib. What up, cuz? By the way, I'm Starlito. 45 bullet hole, larger than a peephole. Colorblind on my grind for the root of evil. Shout out to white people. Purple drink, blue dream, OG lime green. Nah, I mean, hood rich like my nigga Lil King. My trap house with a name on the lease. My drink plug with a name on the script. Ain't it a trip? I drink, I don't sip. Blew so much money, they think I'm a crib. What up, cuz? By the way, I'm Starlito. 45 bullet hole, larger than a peephole. Colorblind on my grind for the root of evil. Shout out to white people. Purple drink, blue dream, OG lime green. Nah, I mean, hood rich like my nigga Lil King, peach crush not clean. Damn, this shit look plumb. Damn, look what I done. Count the money so fast. Damn, this sprain my thumb. Just last night, little shot tried to hit my Sprite, so the mouth went numb. Engineer on the run. I'm so dope. Lyrics so serious, high risk for conspiracy. Surrounded by love, I don't fear anyone. On top of that, I'm in here with my gun. FN 57 in a PT. $750 sweet 16. Roll around trying to down all these LBs. 4 Rex for the threats, meet me out east. The young vet in the vet trying to run up a chick. Came up fucked up, don't know what to expect. Clutching my buddy, I love her to death. Me and all my shooters, and I'm by myself. Lead off. Shout out to C-No. Got enough dodo baked bitch for the project. Dry fried turkey, pass them out like Nino. Still affiliated with the criminals. Little nigga still hating, subliminal. Probably praying that I mention you. All my tools got extensions, stick and mold. You think I give a fuck about the first we said? Bitch, I'm thugging, still serving. And I put that on my dirty ass scale. Smoke to my eyes closed, sip to my eyes closed. You gotta feel me like Braille. I short your order, might short your quarter. Just trying to stay off of the voice recorder. Thumbing through guap, my stomach and nuts. I'm wondering why. You wanna be something you not. See, the wintertime they play it so cold, and the summer too hot. Without warning, without warrants, they're running your spot. So you tell it to the judge. Don't take this shit to trial. I could tell he wouldn't budge. I could tell that the DA is jealous with a grudge. The nigga said they selling drugs, never had a plug. Somebody tell me what the hell is the mud? I'm rolling around, I'm clucking bed. They cutting it. What the fuck is dead? I'm about to fucking sped. By myself, no puffin' pad. Right, like I got a bust pad. But it won't be no bust in bed. Laid out. I'm just living like the song say. I'm on way home. No, I gotta take a long way.
DJ Lil Key.
Insomnia addict.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
If I tell a story, if I tell a story, if I tell a story, if I tell a story that I never told before, who the thought is like to try to change it to a tool? I'm trying to take control. Make everybody my everything and they fall. That's why I gotta make that my machine go. Gotta make that my machine go. Gotta make that my machine go. Gotta make that money machine.
Scoop a pocket pass to stop and pop, no popping, lock it down. Smoke a lot of gas and puff and pass with my puffing companion. They vanilla wafer flavor, we discussing Southern Spanish. Something lonely at these moments I can manage. They told me at the top ain't no difference of being banished. Similarities to a drop when it disappear and it vanish. He picture me at no Oscar recipient of a Grammy. Grammatically we improper, be hard to see what I'm saying. Be hard to see what I'm saying. I know, I done been down this road before, that's for sure. Gotta be down to ride and go. In this show, people ain't down before. I can't go, for none of that, I just need time alone.
If I tell a story that I never told before, who the thought is like to try to change it to a tool? I'm on me, take control. Make everybody my everything and they fall. That's why I gotta make that my machine go. Gotta make that my machine go. Gotta make that my machine go. Gotta make that money machine.
I be getting quiet, Franks, and quite frankly, don't do no talking. Obnoxious, get you to caution, be harder than summer walking. While open urban hibachi, a soda bowl of them talking. You better get them some milk in the words of the urban guys. I made a left at a red and I ended up on the seat. Them people left me for dead and I ended up on my feet. Them peoples you probably fled, how they ended up on your sheet. I told him show me a plan and he handed me a machine.
I get this shit poppin'. We ain't shopping at Gucci stores, they be hip hopping. Can't be running and telling stores, we be zip locking. Picking bags up off of the floor, I'm talking hip tossing. All these clarities in my storms. If I tell a story that I never told before, who the thought is like to try to change it to a tool? I'm on me to take control. Make everybody my everything and they fall. That's why I gotta make that my machine go. Gotta make that my machine go. Gotta make that my machine go. Gotta make that money machine.
I got that 40 in the summer, bitch, I'm hot now. I ride my jewels in the summer, bitch, I'm cool. I got that 40 in the summer, bitch, I'm hot now. I ride my jewels in the summer, bitch, I'm cool. I got that 40 in the summer, bitch, I'm hot now. I ride my jewels in the summer, bitch, I'm cool. I got that 40 in the summer, bitch, I'm hot now. I ride my jewels in the summer, bitch, I'm cool. Okay. Young slick, be that nigga spin a grip on that. I got broke motherfucker straight huffing and puffing. I want it all before I die, cause I can't take it with me. Put my life on the street like Bobby and Whitney. I'm on my knee, I made it less, I stress. Like the coming of your nerve while smoking a cigarette. I got a habit like a car need gas. Or better yet, like a basin with a thing in the glass. Yeah, it's my turn to always shine. You can hate if you want. I got plenty money of it. You can say that I don't. And then I mention young slick. Got that thing on his hip. Just in case when he switch, nigga think I'ma slip. Bow! I got that 40 in the summer, bitch, I'm hot now. I ride my jewels in the summer, bitch, I'm cool. I got that 40 in the summer, bitch, I'm hot now. I ride my jewels in the summer, bitch, I'm cool. I got that 40 in the summer, bitch, I'm hot now. I ride my jewels in the summer, bitch, I'm cool. I got that 40 in the summer, bitch, I'm hot now. I ride my jewels in the summer, bitch, I'm cool. Hey, yeah. Bitch, I'm cool. I got that 40 in the summer, bitch, I'm hot now. I rock my jewels in the summer, bitch, I'm cool. Baby, I ain't no thug, I'm a motherfucking hustler. When I'm in the club, I can't hang with no busters. Bro, you wanna fuss with me? Well, there's no culture. I just kill the beat and I ain't use no revolver. Swag got that drip, drip, wet, wet water. I don't love no bitches, only my daughter. Hope she don't meet another nigga like her father. Fuck a cosign, I'm the rawest out of Florida. I've been on the grind since I was pitching quarters. Free on my Z's, hold they let them cross the border. Free on my Z's, doing time in Georgia. When I get my deal, you ain't gotta worry about a lawyer. Gotta keep faith in God, hey, he the problem solver. Gorilla short nigga, but my dick a little taller. She fine, thick as fuck, got her number, never call her. Hey, got her number, never call her. I got that 40 in the summer, bitch, I'm hot now. I ride my jewels in the summer, bitch, I'm cool. I got that 40 in the summer, bitch, I'm hot now. I ride my jewels in the summer, bitch, I'm cool. I got that 40 in the summer, bitch, I'm hot now. I ride my jewels in the summer, bitch, I'm cool. I got that 40 in the summer, bitch, I'm hot now. I ride my jewels in the summer, bitch, I'm cool. Okay.
Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Black Wall Street Bets Taco Tuesday, where we talk about currency only. Today we are here with Empire, Professor Ras Natty. A whole lot of knowledge coming.
Always thankful for everybody, the audience, man, with the support. Today is a Taco Tuesday, man. You know how we come in on Taco Tuesday. I should have more energy, but this my energy right here. I'm like the one dude from the dry ass player ass commercial, bro. So
monotone.
Nah, I think people with information today just don't try to galvanize people, bro. Maybe they try to keep people away from the information, right? They have to like they show up with the bright colors and that's trap to get you back here. So maybe I'm just doing my part, right? So I don't even want to really even know. But folks, this is something that get me a little more excited where I can talk a little louder. BTC. Right, this is all I really care about in the chart. But if y'all looking in future, right, y'all still got ADA, right? Y'all still got Doge doing some work, right? Litecoin. And like I said, when you see Litecoin been off the path, bro. Litecoin been holding, like I said, Litecoin was holding so strong. Like Litecoin is not on none of these bros' wave, dude. Right? Luna took a big dip. It was at 49 last time I seen the 45. So it's down, but once after that time and it starts back over. Dot is up 6%, and that's crazy because earlier when I seen it was up 10% and it was already at that 35.69, so kind of weird. But Solano, BNB, that's a good coin.
What's kind of weird about Dot?
Oh, the fact that I seen on crypto.com it was up 10% earlier, but like I said, that was probably before.
It said 35.9, right? It's at 35.2, so it went down 4% to 6.
No, I ain't knocking none of that, right? I'm just saying that when I seen it, right? I just seen it was up 10%.
Oh, so you saying it's weird that somebody sold?
Nah, I'm just really trying to figure out why it fell so far, or was it before the John reset it? Right, whatever time. It starts at midnight. Nah, it's in the middle of the day, right? At 5 o'clock when the market closes.
That's not a reset, though. Because if it reset, you're saying that from 5 o'clock till now it went up 6%?
That's what I think, but I'm not sure. That's what I'm.
Yeah, I think it resets at 12 and you get back to that 0.0%. We about to see. Because 30 minutes. But yeah.
That's interesting. So Luna's in a downtrend right now. I can't really see, but
This one? Yeah, it's up 1%.
It fell though. When we started the Cavs, it was just at 38 something. Yeah, but this how these jobs move around though, so it ain't nothing really surprising me. It's just still weird. Like even with Doge, I see Doge at 2%. I just see Doge earlier, and it was, I think, about the same. I don't know. These numbers are weird, but you know, it's the crypto market. The crypto market is kind of you know, a lot of volatility in these markets over here, right? These are from more so expert traders. If you're not expert traders, investors. Right? That's kind of the two ways to kind of negate this situation, right? As far as the crypto market, the way it moves. Chainlink, you know, that's an interesting one. Uniswap, that's an interesting one. FTM, that should be Phantom. That's a good one that I hear a lot of people playing. You know, see nothing. Aave, I hear a lot of people talk about Aave. Like I said, we're not super big in investing into a lot of these coins. Oh yeah, Polygon, Matic. That's an amazing one, right? Because I tell everybody about these parachains and these multiple different chains, and you can run a bunch of. Telling you, so a lot of y'all that really like Ethereum, like even the WBTC, right? It's right above Link. Right, that's the wrap BTC. Right, that is BTC, but they got it in a form of an ERC20 token, right? So that's just a token to perform on the Ethereum network. Yes, ma'am. So yeah, that's the main reason for that, right? So it just makes it. I guess they'll say it's more useful. USDC is down. SHIB is up, but they down right now. So that's why I'm.
Shit.
But can you? Okay, Crow is at 18. All right, can you check Sushi Swap? It's right there under the Phantom. If you go straight down the next. Yes, ma'am. Man, Sushi and Uni is super undervalued. That's Coty. It might not be Coty. No, that's not Coty. That's Comp. Engine. Graph. I always tell y'all about Graph, right? Whenever you can get Graph under 75 cents, it's always a good buy. I don't care what nobody tell you, right? You got to probably kind of look at the mark to see what's going on. But if you can find Graph under. That's the polyplastic. It does a lot of work. I don't know if it's a good play, but
What's
yeah.
This is the opposite of USDT.
Is that Terra's? Nah, Terra is USDT, right? Can you go check what that is? Yeah, I was figuring maybe that was Terra, but nah. That's what you with it. Yo, this your watch list. It's kind of
so you can prevent
having to look at a bunch of nonsense.
True USD.
Yeah, we definitely. Yeah, I'm about to say. Let's see a little bit about it. It's a USD-based stable coin. It means that the true USD coin price is pegged. They always say it's pegged 1-to-1. That's same thing they say about the wrap BTC. Like that's what me and Empras was explaining to y'all. So it's just a faster way to transfer the token, but it's still supposed to be backed on the value of whatever John you trading. So yeah, it's just like any other stable coin. Probably chat another time, but yeah, we're going to chat this and just bring a little more information. I definitely see what network is it on, and things like that.
And like, how does it end up with just so many? Like, can you explain like how this even makes sense? Because like, if we look at the traditional system that we've had, it's like what, no more than 10 currencies?
Well, it just depends on as much country. So
what is this dependent on? As much what?
Exactly.
Blockchains?
Exactly. This is all utility though, right?
Mm-hmm.
So all of this become utility, which is why people say, yo, Bitcoin was the beginning of this whole decentralized market. Right now, all of these jobs are making decentralization easier. Right, like a Nexo. A Nexo would be somebody that you can loan. You feel me? Just the whole loan and DeFi situation. So everybody got some type of sushi. Sushi is like a what they'll call a liquidity pool, right? Meaning that it's not part of the actual where you can go on these fucking Coinbase and all these people, right?
KYCs.
Exactly. So when you go to the liquidity pool, it's a lot of people, a lot of money flowing, but sometimes in those weird liquidity pool, that's where the shit happened because, like I said, with Ethereum, with all those gas fees and all those extra stuff, sometimes people are not even able to really get it off. Sometimes the liquidity is not that high over there. It's kind of difficult, but everything, all these different Johns that you're seeing, is just some type of functionality, some type of utility. Because we already know BAT.
And you're saying utility. Yes, that is the Bitcoin token.
And then what is the native platform that's from?
Brave. Tune into our Patreon if you guys want to know.
So everybody has a certain type of purpose to where it's like, okay, this is our token for this, right? Everybody has something that you can get governance. Everybody want to govern some shit, right? So a lot of these tokens you can get some type of governance with Brave or any of these different sites. They have some type of reward system. Right, so that's how all of these different things come in. It's just some type of utility, right? But a lot of them do a lot more. Like I said, there's some that, you want to be super decentralized. We're going to kind of be centralized. So we're going to be the intermediary, right? So people playing that role. Like I said, everybody playing a different role.
Yeah, because like just seeing like Sushi Swap or Uniswap or both of them actually, you know how like with like an exchange, you have to sign in, you have to do all this stuff. With this, like you just go to a website link. There's no sign in, no membership, none of that. And that's what we're saying with the KYC. Know your customer. They don't have any of that. So you just go in, you put your amount that you want, you convert it to the utility coin that, fits whatever you need at the moment to get to where you're going. And then once you exchange it, you just put the wallet address in, right? And it's done. There's no extra information besides the wallet address.
This applies to what Empress was talking about earlier, right? As far as DeFi. Earlier, Empress was talking and she was saying that the DeFi is really the next wave. It's like a lot of these shifts. Like this is like, because I know where I was saying things are centralized and you're like, yo, but they selling cryptocurrency. What are you talking about? They centralized. Yeah, they're centralized. Like what Empress is explaining about Uniswap, nigga, it's just something in the middle of the internet. It's just it's in the middle of the internet. It has nothing to do with no government. It's just there. You go on there, you don't know where you it's just there, bro.
It's like a widget almost.
Yes,
it's like a Cash App widget with no sign in needed. Your sign is the address, all the address. That's it. So that's pretty cool.
Look right here. I want you to just read a little bit about the governance, John. Beginning guide to voting. Hold on.
Oh shit, let me put you on.
All right, I'm just gonna really have you just read just a little bit of this. Okay, this is what I was saying as far as the liquidity pool aspect of it. It's a bunch of extra stuff you could read in, but the introduction should just be good for right now. Like I said, a lot of this stuff that we're gonna have on the Patreon. So if y'all definitely want to get behind the scenes, and a lot of just when me and Empress sitting down, discussing things.
Automated market makers are agents that pool liquidity and make it available to traders according to an algorithm.
So right? People hear these words and they say, yo, it's market makers. That's why I say a lot of us, we got to understand what we're saying. This whole market is being made by market makers. We're all market makers in a sense, right? But there is a setup where we need people to put people on the board. Like, it has to be somebody saying, yo, you against him. Like, you need those people for the market to even start to move. Like, without that, it's not going to move. It's just two people saying shit.
Yeah.
A bunch of places. So
volatility is the increase of traders.
Yes, ma'am.
The more the merrier.
A lot of people don't have that.
And that's why when we talk about fundamentals, we like talk about the volume. That's what the volume entails, is how many people are actually, well, how much they equate it in money. So how much money is on the chain, and that can let you know if you look at the averages, whether, you know, it's peaking and there's a lot of price action going on versus it, you know, being at an average low or, you know, a steady middle section and it's not really any movement. There's market makers trying, but they're not being successful.
And that's super important, right? Because even right now with the stock market, it's falling, kind of, right? But it's not a lot of pressure. So it's like, who's doing this? Not a lot of volume on these downs. It's like, who the fuck is doing this? But every time it's going up, it's a bunch of people in. When it go down, it's just this big, strong person just taking stuff down. You're like, but it ain't that much volume right now.
I think it's a matter of realization that cryptocurrency is more fun. Quotes around that when I say fun. So I could see a loss of interest happening with the retail investors where they're like, man, is there something else? Like, it keeps going down. It's not going up fast. You know, we're in a microwave era where everything has to be fast. TikTok is flourishing right now.
Yeah, I want fast information. You can do your thing.
Okay, so constant function market makers, which is CFMM, a broad class of AMMs, which are automated market makers, of which Uniswap is a member, have seen widespread use in the context of decentralized finance, where they are typically implemented as smart contracts that trade tokens on a permissionless blockchain.
There you go again, right? With those words, those decentralized words, permissionless, right? Yeah. Whenever you hear any of that stuff, that's decentralized, right? So a lot of people, it's gonna look risky, it's gonna look crazy, and you can lose because I'm telling you, if you send it to the wrong address or buy the wrong token, because what people do, because the world is fucked up, and I was telling, and we're gonna talk about this on Friday, but the first person to put his gun down is the first person to get murdered, bro. The world's so fucked up, bro. You have to think about what other people may be doing, even though you're like, man, bro, it's just some token. Nobody's not gonna be trying to trick me with the token. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They're gonna try to trick you. They name things the exact same name to trick people. You feel me? Don't go into this thing naive. This is not that same world where the government protects you.
Oh no, they tell you FDIC. Read that bottom print. With that being said, I knew a guy that was trying to bring money into the country from like Austria or something, and they gave him a hard time. And they're like, no, your dad's trying to launder money. I think he's trying to get like $10K for the semester, and they wouldn't let him send it in. I'm just imagining, like, we as Americans don't understand like the significance of it as far as like when you are existing in America and your people are outside of the country, and you're like, bro, I need money, and you need permission to bring this money as a manifesto into the United States, which usually takes 3 to 5 business days, a lot of verification, and possibly some signatures.
3 to 5 business days. And hey, hope you're not black. Right? I hope you're not black, because it's going to be pretty hard to show that money, right? You show them your business, they say, yeah, some discrepancies in here. What discrepancies there? I can't see anything right now, but we're just gonna hold it for a little bit longer, right? So all those things is what people are. I'm telling you, bro, people's tired of being controlled, and the more they keep on controlling people, overly aggressive, is when people start waking up. I heard somebody say something super important. That's gonna be on the show on Friday, also, right? They ran down a bunch of shit. This is a super interesting point. Like, it was a super interesting point. She said, "Woman." Right? She said, "Woman." She said, "Woman was never oppressed." Right? This is a woman of subordinates. Right? It's just like anybody that do dealings together. There's one strong person and there's one subordinate. It ain't nothing bad, right? It could be two homeboys. It's one leader, it's one subordinate. Right? So this whole situation started, she's explaining, like I said, I got some more science behind this, but just to go off her point, she explained that woman and man were subordinate in this whole situation. Meaning that woman signed up and was like, yo, I think we should create the system. Yeah. Nah, I think we need to stay in the spot. All right, that's cool. That makes sense. Oh, yeah, they should go ahead and die. But anyways, that led to this perpetual system, right, of I guess, male being out front. And we end up today where we're in this current position. Right, so I don't want nobody to get stuck in a tradition, right, that we lose our way of investing. Because investing is a different thing. Right, if investing is not something that you can say, yo, the system told me this is what happened in my history, so I must believe it. Right, the system told me that I was oppressed, so I must believe it like that. The system told me that I can't make no money, so I must believe it like that. Like, everybody's on this wave where it's like, hold on, what's going on? Okay, well, I think we're being pushed too far. But back to the woman, she was like, woman was the only group that didn't know they were subordinate, which is weird, right? She explained it in the sense that, right, everybody kind of know their subordination, like an animal, a child. Like, it's always these barriers that kind of make it clear, right? You can kind of see it.
You know what it's called? Knowledge. Know the ledge.
But with a woman, it always been, I guess it's weird. Like I said, a lot of this stuff is white history too. So I got really want to keep that super clear, right? Because she was saying, I guess in their history, they don't have nothing about no white people, no woman and this and that. I'm like, God damn, that's sad as hell. Right? Which is probably why the Catholics got the Black Madonna and child and they shit. All their pictures got black people because there ain't really no woman in their art, I'm guessing. So she was running all this stuff down. Long story short, only people did not know that they were subordinates was women, because it's always been this thing of equality, I guess. But in my mind, I feel like it's equality because she ran everything down. Like, man, that shit sounds so unfair. But nevertheless, she was just explaining, bro, if you don't know, you don't know, and you don't really know how to attack the problem, right? So as like a minority, as like, well, we don't even know how to attack the problem. I don't even know what the fuck going on with us.
Yeah, it's literally knowing a ledge. So like with the Moors, because they have like a whole system where they are trying to educate themselves on law and black law. Is it Black's law? And just how the jurisdiction works and all that stuff. It kind of puts them in a place to kind of free themselves and gain sovereignty. Whereas us who don't even know fucking district lines for local officials, like we don't know the ledge, bro. We don't know where we're going.
That's 100% fact.
So you have to like placate the system. What do they say? Spook, who sat by the door? You have to be in it in order to like be able to, have a blueprint or some type of template that you can go off of. But if you're just like, bro, I'm gonna reinvent this whole, wheel, it's like, well, let's kind of look at theirs really quick and see what mistakes they made.
That's exactly what I was about to say, because that is the stupidest thing. Because what we fail to understand is that if we want to talk about white history for sure, it has never been a greater time on the planet than this time right now. Right? Up until the 1960s, right? Based on like women or whatever y'all want to say, right? Up until the 1960s, there was no birth control. So they say that revolutionized the world, right? That gave women the power over their reproduction. Because back in the days, like I said, the whole patriarchy system started because women reproduced. And it's crazy that they saying that there was a weird history where women didn't do anything. It's like, yo, every human on the planet came from a woman. So you telling me that because niggas was like, yo, a man built that big building right there? Somehow, some way, a woman was like, man, I ain't do nothing. So that nigga that built the building was nobody's son. That was nobody's brother.
I'm telling you, bro.
That motherfucker had nothing to do with nobody. He's just a man.
One of the smallest realizations you can make, bro, but the biggest one, like the most. Everybody misses it. Everybody misses it.
Facts.
We just witnessed a guy question how long he should be obligated to his child if he is contracted to a specific amount of work hours. bro, what is your why? What is your purpose?
Yo, hey, I'm telling you, and those conversations is different with niggas that got a why, right? Like, think about somebody like, just a shout out to brothers from Secret Success Podcast, right? Eric and CJ and them boys talk about when they was working at Michigan State, right? Jada had some shit going on. His wife had some shit going on. He went to the people on some shit like, yo, I could take off a little bit. And he was like, what? Take off? No, you can't take off. He was like, what the fuck? I can't take off. What the fuck wrong with you? I can't take off. And that just that right there
that
started
drive is it. That's the main drive. That's if you hear any of those people's sentiments that have kind of changed over.
Freedom.
It's that moment when you want to go do something, bro. And you realize that you've done all you can do to be a good and decent human being, and for them to be like, nah, we're not rocking with that. You need to work. It's like, hold on. Like, you voluntarily let go. You voluntarily get cut off. Like, that's the loss that you voluntarily take, bro. And you like, bro, I'm going to risk this and go grind.
Dang, bro. It's called financial freedom, bro. We all look at it. And like I said, we look at these athletes. And it's just in our community, bro. It's I don't know if people are scared to talk about money because they even said in our community, right, you can't really bring money up around people. It's like, yo, I'm talking about money. You feel me? It's just everything in the community, bro, is just lack. It's never gonna help us. But what Empress was saying as far as going back into history, bro, and thinking about how the fuck, because I'm telling you, America is a great place, bro. I don't know, y'all motherfuckers probably ain't been out of this shit, bro. So y'all rocking out with that crazy shit. Do y'all whatever y'all doing, bro. Bro, there's not a safer place in the world. There's not a safer place. And if you want stuff, because I know y'all like stuff, then you need patriarchy. Without patriarchy, nobody will have stuff. If y'all don't want stuff, then it's all fine and dandy, bro. If you don't want to have no house and you don't want to have no clothes, you do your own thing. Because what's going to happen is humans are going to take shit. That's how these whole systems got formed, where it was laws for wrongdoing.
It's nature, bro. That's just what nature.
Oh, that's the worst person.
That's what it is.
That's the worst person.
Law.
That's the meanest person. Which is why patriarchy started in the beginning. Because nature said, yo, woman, you got to have children. And woman was like, damn, okay. They don't gotta have children. What the hell they gonna do? Hey, y'all gotta go hunt. Yeah, y'all gonna hunt. We gonna gather. Hell yes. That shit just worked out perfect for us. Now, when it's war, because nature come where people start taking your stuff, nature say, yo, famine. Not everybody have enough. So somebody taking your shit. So now we say, man, you become the soldier. Woman, now you're medical, because you still gotta stay at home. You still stay protected. And without you, like if they kill all the women, the soldiers die in 50 years. I just come in and just kill everybody, women, and just run. Like, I'm scared of war. I'd be like, man, I don't want to fight no guys. They might beat me up.
Logistics become
as
they are right now.
Come on, you can't play with the reproduction of a woman, bro. Now, maybe y'all don't want that power, but man, it's weird. It's nothing greater than that. But if you want to compete with man, nigga, you want to build buildings that fall on people, right? And you want to create these roads that got cracks in it that nobody like, right? And you want to give everybody cancer because you got to protect whatever fucking shit you got to protect. Hey, go ahead, bro. But that don't seem like the route to happiness, right? Which is why I don't know, but women are reporting to be less happy right now with all this money. That's so we just gotta avoid that. But we're gonna go in on that on Friday. I just wanted to really bring that up because Empress has some amazing points, bro. Y'all just really gotta understand that this system that we're in right now, bro, took a lot of work, bro. In order to change this shit, bro, you're not gonna be able to change the whole system. That's the number one thing. And first of all, bro, look at this, Empress. The world was going good, we thought, until one thing happened. COVID. Just one thing changed. And everything went to shop. Everything is done. So now imagine that same thing where you one of these smart motherfuckers and you're like, you know what? I think everybody should get free money. Maybe that's a good plan. But just understand that one thing, bro, could fuck up this whole system, bro. This shit is on a perfect balance beam. The same way they talk about the fucking earth. They say that the earth tilt just one way, either just a little inch. The earth's done. That's the same way this shit is, bro. This balancing act that these motherfuckers finally developed with this system, bro, is crumbling. Right? We're starting to see behind all the veils. Everything is fake. Bro. Please, bro. Make sure we reel it back in. You feel me? Make sure we just understand. Like Empress keep on saying, make sure we know the ledge, bro. right and left. Y'all, we both could go, but so far, bro, we have to, kind of stay in these grounds, right? We don't got to be together because the magnet never got to come together, but just stay within the same. You feel me? The same parameters, bro. Is all I
Stay
can
in the
ask.
balance beam.
Hey, ingenious. Empress, supply shortage is a big thing going on right now.
Right.
Man, that's a big thing, and they just passed. They just passed the bill.
Yes, they passed the national debt ceiling bill. And I think they're going to revisit it in December. I'm not sure as to why, but this is just like a temporary fix, I guess. Go December, I guess, finalize or kind of recalculate the number. I don't know. Like, are they gonna just come out flat out and be like, "Hey, yo, any unclaimed money, it's ours. We need it."
They've been doing it quietly. That's what I'm saying, bro. This shit is all fucked up. Right now, they even talking about something called the Great Resignation. Right? The Great Resignation. Right? They saying that police officers, they calling it a bunch of stuff. Y'all remember we came on here with the Exodus cast talking about the Levi. So y'all already know what type of vibe we on. It's not enough police officers. Just recently, Empress was telling me that they canceled a bunch of flights. Southwest did.
Over 1,000, they said.
It's sick outs. They don't want to call it that.
Allegedly.
They don't want to call it that.
The news is saying it's an allegedly. But somebody's missing in the logistic train.
They brought a dude in there to talk about it. He said, "Me and my corporation will never suggest that," or whatever. But he was like, people are gonna do things, right? So I'm not saying they're not gonna do nothing, but you gotta protect your ass right now. You don't want to be saying, you don't want to be saying nothing crazy at these times. Or somebody like, yo, he inspired a whole walk off. Everybody walking off the job. You feel me? Just don't do that.
You're gonna have a big gap of non-work history. You've done work, my guy.
Non-work history. All right. We about to do a little live trading too. Actually, man, let me see this chart. I wish Empress had it so kind of separately, just so we could even just jump in right now. See, what I would have to do with this right here is zoom all the way out to figure out what's been happening. And right here, right, I see a number. I see, what is this? Man, how far out was I zoomed? I still can't see the number. Am I invisible? My bad, y'all. They're like 56. Like 56. Like 56.6. That was on the green. Which started back this downtrend. Alright, this downtrend started from back here. Pushed. Then they had this fake out, push more. Then they had this appear to be going up. And then it got defeated again. And then it appears to be going up again. And then it got, let me see. Yeah, it's the green is not having no success. Even like on the test, it's not having no real success. Right. So what I would do before I enter, I would watch I will watch. My bad, I don't have it on the screen. Let me put it on the screen really fast. Because this is super interesting. This is a super interesting spot. I really want y'all to be able to get a bird's eye view of the shit. Hold on, why ain't change? Where am I?
You're in that square, the first square.
Damn, bro. Thank you so much. Empras for coming in. That's how knowledge. That's how fuck first world knowledge, yo. Just know what the hell you talking about. Okay, we're just gonna run a couple supply short deals. I want 3 of them to be exact. I'm right here with a real short one, but this happens as far as the stock market because, like I said, we really ain't here to talk about fuck all that extra politics nonsense they got going on. The stock market, the crypto market, just any market, bro. Around these times, right around September, it's always this weird narrative where it's like they always talk about things getting too crazy, this going on. I don't know if it's because it's going into that fourth quarter soon that they're not trying to maybe amp things up. Maybe they're trying to get things to go down so they can start at a lot. I don't really even get the point. But they always do these news cycles. They always come up and say, yo, shit looking bad right now. It look like the market might be ending. Like that's type of information they come out with, bro. They would tell us right in our face, bro, that some shit look like it's about to crash. Like right now, I go on this goddamn internet and there's a bunch of videos of people talking about why this might crash, why you need to watch this. You know, it's all these talks, bro, because people are looking at the market. So they're seeing the Dow down. Right, they're seeing these things down. I'm pretty sure the dollar was down. Let me go check for you guys. All right, boom. So I do got my weed bill up here though. But yeah, this is what I was telling the folks about how weird this is. Because these green have yet to have their test. Yeah, the green is kind of tough to trust in because even when he rejects the red and pushes him up, the red comes back and then smacks him again. Like right now, like look at this shit. Look at all these long wicks. Look at all these John Wicks. Right? When you seeing stuff like this, that's somebody trying to get price action. Like I tell Empress all the time, they don't have enough people in what they're trying to do. So right now, this can only show me that maybe they're trying to go down, and they got too much people in it. Well, they're technically trying to go up, but they got too much people in it. So once they start moving, they push it back down again. Because a lot of this time, it was no real red pressure. They're finally starting to get some pressure, but. Let me go on the bigger time frames really fast because, like I said, when you see these charts right here, like this on the 1 minute, you got to kind of stay away from this type of action. You stay away from this type of action because this is the cloud. I say because if we had our cloud in here, we'll see that this is probably in the cloud or something right now.
What indicator? Oh, you want to put on?
You ain't really stressing it up.
You purposely got a small.
Yeah, you know, I like seeing myself.
You want some?
G right now.
Delicious color.
Good. Make sure you get some food in your stomach. But you should be good, right? But yeah, see on the 15 minute, you would have kind of been in this play. So what's happening is, because it's still in the uptrend.
Right. So the other one was just a 1 minute, right? With the long wicks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can tell. What's happening when you look at the 15?
And look, the hour is in the uptrend that just started.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. The 2 hour is about to go into an uptrend. And the 4 hour is about to get a reversal.
Why did the 15 look like that?
What you mean?
The 15 is going into a down, right?
Oh, it is. Which is why the 30 is probably going to already be in the down. Oh, the 30 is already in the up too. Yeah, they're both about to go into a down. But this could all change based on this bar right here. The 1 minute, the 5 minute, and the 10 minute. So because all of these are in a downtrend, if we all of these to go back into an uptrend, that reacts to this 15, changes this, because the hour, let me see what time the hour ends. The hour
105.
105? Okay. And let's go to this 15. It's already red, right? But it's not going down. Because they feel the super trend coming and they already see that in the bigger time frame, they're already in the up. But on the biggest,
it trickles down this way though, right?
It's weird. It's weird because I usually look at it as on the bigger time frames, the 4 hour usually is closer to the 1 minute for some odd reason, nigga. It just depends on what chart though. Cause like look at this right now, what we seeing, right? And it's still in a super trend.
Like how many times has it been like that?
Right.
Like that green right there, did it beat the other red? Nope. So it's just been trickling down. And you're saying this is not normal activity.
This is normal. But like I said, when you have different things going on different time frames, right? They have to figure out how to make it make sense. But what I was telling you even earlier when you were telling me it was in a downtrend on the 4 hour, I was telling you that really mean nothing because just one reversal to get you back right here. The next red dot is going to be right here. All right, because you know the dots trail down.
Right.
So the next red dot. Yeah, so the next red dot is going to. So what time does the candle finish?
2:05.
Okay, so that's 105, the 1 hour you told me. This 1 hour is at 105. This 2 hour is at what time the candle finished? 205. And this is in a downtrend that's getting rejected. The reason why I'm saying it's getting rejected because me and Empress talk about tests. Right, and we usually say that there's usually 3 runs. I feel like this would be, I think it's another green run coming back on the 2 hour for sure. Right, and with the 2 hour change into a green, like I told Empress just now, this John keep on trailing down. So your next dot will be damn near right on top of your green bar, meaning that your green bar is going to eat him. Which is gonna change the trend. The bad thing, the good thing and bad thing about when trends change. This green, this shit that's been rising this whole time has been doing this all red. All of this movement from what number this is, Empress? From when we started to go back up. This
A
like
time or price?
Yeah, can you see what this bar is?
53.3.
Look, so 53 is when this uptrend started for this 4 hour.
That wasn't for today though.
Nah,
because the low for today is 56.
This is the 8th.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Yeah.
Okay. Bomb. So on the 8th, this uptrend started that we're currently in. Because we can go all the way back to where they got that 28 way down here. Hold on, what is it? This is 40, so we still not at 28. So I'm saying, but we're in no danger, BTC people. I'm telling you, I heard Jamie Dimon get scared. Everybody getting scared. We gonna touch 60K. It's nothing you can do about it. Look, Empress. 5, 6. Look. It's pushing. Let's go on a minute. It's pushing. It's pushing. It's pushing. Remember, this is what I was telling Empress. This is what we need. So now, when I'm saying this is what we need, now we're gonna try to get a retest. Right? Because now it's a little more confidence. Why am I saying that? If I zoom out, the only thing that I don't like is that I appeared to make lower low. But when I zoom out on the time frame, I'm like, well, not really. This is a lower low, right, Empress? And then when I zoom in,
Sideways.
This is a higher low.
To that one back there.
You feel me? Because as soon as I have both of them on the John, it switches. Right? So, bomb. So now I'm seeing that I'm making higher lows now. Bomb. And then now this low and this low is on the chart. And this is technically a higher low again. We're going back into an uptrend. Right? So now that's when you get confident and you say, okay. Now when we get a pullback, now I feel better about buying.
But it just turned 12 and it's at 0.06 or 7.
So you're saying you're right. I don't know. Why are you saying that?
It restarted. Bitcoin was just up like 6%, right? Run the play back. Run the line back. Yo, somebody run it back and let me know what Bitcoin was just that percentage on. All right, let's see for Luna, one of the ones that we were actually focused on. Who went up 6%? Sol or Luna? Luna had to be up 6%.
We about to see. All right, this is at 35. This is down 1.1%.
Yeah, everything is close to zero now.
Huh? Yeah.
Dots at 5?
Yeah, because this is at 38, which is up from where we seen that, which was at 36 or some shit. And it was up like a couple percent. I think it was up more than this for sure. Doge is up 1%. Doge is still at I don't know, bro. Man, I'm just not really paying attention to these numbers like that.
Doge was at 22. I seen that. I chuckled in my head.
All right. Let's see. Can you do 1 hour? Yeah, so this is the 1 hour, G. This is a 1 hour. Let me see the 1 day. See the 1 hour. Sorry, the 1 day is right there. And the hour is right here. But on the hour, it's only up 0.07%. But on the day, so that means they're saying the day still continuing, G. What's the other John we used to go to? Because they got a
Bubble?
No, Gecko. They got better. I think they got a better one.
Comprehensive.
I remember them having like a bunch of different numbers. I thought. All right, you see, I got the 1 hour, 24 hours. It's the same difference. Yeah, we really don't know. But on 24 hours is technically the day for sure.
So it's saying that Bitcoin, as of 12 o'clock, is down 1%. Okay. That's 24 hours. And then
But that's weird because they're up right now. They had 56,473. When we was looking at it, it was
Yeah, so it had to take a snapshot of the price that it was at 11.59, and it's basing the percentage off of that.
Look at the ETH gas price right now. 71, boys. Let me see how much that is.
Where?
Gigawatt, some shit. I don't even know what them Johns even represent. I don't use ETH. Polygon is live. You can now store, send, and manage MAGI tokens in DeFi wallet. Positive shit. New features by crypto. You can now purchase crypto in DeFi wallet by connecting your crypto.com app account.
What's that?
This is the crypto.com DeFi wallet. Yeah, they solid. They solid. But all right, so let me let you know the price. 71 is $5 right now. It's $5.
You remember we seen that 90?
Man, what? You remember we seen that 100 and something? What do you know, man? I remember we seen that all that time. I remember they were trying to kill me and you. What you looking at right now?
I'm about to see if I can find the John, if I bookmarked it.
Right.
The snapshot of Bitcoin at the end of it.
Okay.
Bitcoin market cap liquidation.
Open January refers to the price at 12:01 a.m. of any given day, and close generally refers to the price at 11:59 p.m. UTC. Tell Empras you'll be right, bro. Open generally refers to the price at 12:01. For Gemini, yeah, see,
You see it right here?
They saying the same shit I'm saying though.
This
is daily close. Cryptocurrency hours run 12 to 12. Yeah, that makes sense. But what you saying though? This is look the hourly close, the weekly close, the monthly close. Yeah, I like this, John. Though. Good job, mommy. Good job. But the thing is, Gemini, Robinhood, all these bros, when the market closed, nigga, they reset that shit. I don't care what y'all telling me, but anyway, somebody else came in and said the same shit too. That's why I'm saying it. For the Gemini exchange, the closing prices at the time of their daily auction at 4 p.m. Eastern time. Traditionally, markets are not open for a trade all day, so the opening and closing price refer to the first and last price of the day. They are used as measurement for trading activity of the day. So yeah. Bitcoin is decentralized, so right, technically, right, what Empress is explaining is the time, but if a lot of y'all are on exchanges and things like that, the exchange is closed, nigga. So when the exchange closed, they reset the John just so they can keep track of their books, just for their purposes.
You can go back to go straight to the chart.
This is the daily close. We got 19 hours to work, y'all. Let's get it. You feel me? Let's see what we could accomplish in these 19. I usually don't like stop sharing my screen, but I think I'm gonna try it today just to see. Because last week when I shared this screen, I don't know if it. Sometimes when you share YouTube, it's like it be running on YouTube still, and it just. Nigga. But even as soon as you share it, nigga still a problem. He ain't got nothing to do with it right now. Yeah.
Retailers and small businesses. Here's ABC's Deirdre Bolton.
Tonight, record shipping backlogs sparking shortages of cars, clothing, and electronics, with the holiday shopping season right around the corner.
The level of uncertainty is really unprecedented.
Billions of dollars of goods floating in limbo. Dozens of cargo ships now stuck off the ports in Los Angeles and New York, with wait times to dock stretching up to 3 weeks. Struggling to keep up with surging demand, the global supply chain rocked by COVID-19 disruptions, causing a lack of workers.
There are shortages across a number of industries, perhaps nowhere more acutely so than in frontline workers, such as port workers and truck drivers.
Much like the start of the pandemic, Costco once again limiting purchases of toilet paper and paper towels. Making matters worse, COVID outbreaks shutting down factories in Southeast Asia, cutting production. Half of Nike's clothing factories in Vietnam forced to close. Under Armour and Apple also feeling the pinch. And it's not just big corporations.
If you see something you like, go ahead and buy it.
George Jones owns a toy store in Alabama, urging people to start shopping soon.
Yes, you can see it online, but if you put, you're going to give them your money and you give them your credit card, when are you going to receive that merchandise? It may be too late.
Experts say Americans may feel the pain of supply chain problems through the new year and beyond. Whit?
All right, we will plan ahead, Deirdre. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George.
It's supply shortage and it's worker shortage, Jason. I tell you, it's just compiling problems. And there's no way to just, I don't know, but we can't just wipe this away. But hey, hopefully we find something to do.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Kudlow. I'm Larry Kudlow. So, what's wrong with work? It's a big question these days. There's a lot more unfilled job openings than there are people unemployed. In fact, in today's JOLTS release from the Labor Department, job openings did decline by 666,000, which I suppose is good, but still remain historically very high at 10.4 million. That's unfilled job openings. Now, depending on how you count them, I would say there's a minimum of 6 million or so unemployed people compared to pre-pandemic level. So we've got more work to do. In today's JOLTS report, the quits rate hit a record high in August. So, folks, they're still confident that they can get a better job someplace else. It's actually a sign of labor market strength and tightness. Now, as we read and hear constantly in the media, there are post-pandemic supply shortages everywhere, and apparently not enough people going to work to solve that problem. Long Beach and Los Angeles, the nation's biggest ports, apparently have enormous container ship backlogs, which is a big source of all the shortages. People tell me there aren't enough longshoremen to unload, or maybe they only work until 3 p.m. instead of 24/7. Look, I have no idea if that's really true. It's just what I hear, because I can't figure out what's so hard about unloading a bunch of boxes off a ship that would fix all this stuff. But then I also hear there aren't enough truck drivers to cart the stuff away if they were unloaded. Now, I don't know if that's true either. It's just what I hear. But these jobs all pay, $100, $125, up to $150, $60,000. They're very attractive. So I don't know why there's a worker shortage, at least there. But it does create supply scarcities, which in turn drive up prices. I call it pandemic inflation, which is temporary. But I have no idea what temporary means anymore. And I'll say as a parenthetical, I am growing more worried about Fed-driven monetary inflation because they keep buying up bonds and creating excess money, maybe to finance all the government spending and borrowing. But whatever their motive, the danger here is that they're also underwriting these supply shock shortages and could easily turn temporary inflation into permanently higher and higher inflation. Anyway, my view, work is a virtue. The dignity of work is central to our whole social fabric. Folks who work hard climb the ladder of opportunity. Folks that live off government welfare entitlements have no opportunity. It's a dead end. I would say work is a godly virtue. It's how we serve our friends, our families, our employers, and our country. Something else I don't understand is why people aren't responding better to the rise in real wages. Now, I know inflation has jumped, but actually from the last employment report, average hourly earnings, in other words, wages, added to aggregate hours worked, well, that's up an incredible 11.6% annually over the past 3 months. It's a huge number, 11.6. People are getting paid a lot, and they're putting in plenty of hours. Now, the CPI for the 3 months to August, that's the latest we have, was 5.3% annually. It's not good, but it's still 6.3 percentage points less than the wage income proxy. So we have a big increase in real wages, and markets should work, and people should go back to work to take advantage of all this improved real compensation. Now, everybody thought the September jobs report from last Friday was a disaster, but as I argued, it wasn't. Wages up, private sector jobs up over 400,000. Household survey showed a huge 526,000 jobs gain. Unemployment fell by about 730,000 people. And indeed, the unemployment rate dropped to 4.8%, which is really a good low number. So some good things are happening. Now, post-Trump tax cuts, pre-pandemic, it came down to 3.5%, but still, we're on the right track. The big miss in the September report had to do with erratic school openings, not the fundamentally important private sector. It's also important to recognize that in the last couple of weeks, as the $300 plus up in federal unemployment benefits expired in the 26 states, 7 million people fell off the continuing pandemic unemployment claims. 7 million. Now, I think most of them are going to go back to work at some point in the near-term future, or at least I hope they do. Actually, I'd love to talk to them individually to persuade them of the dignity and importance of work. Now, I've thrown a lot of numbers at you, but it's a tough subject and deserves some empirical work. The late Ed Lazier, perhaps America's finest labor economist and a mentor of mine, a great friend, he always taught that the employment to population ratio was the single best measure of the health of the labor market. Unfortunately, it still looks a bit soft. Before the pandemic, that ratio, that's employment population ratio, 61.1%. Today, it's 58.7, still low. For the prime age employment ratio, that's people between 25 and 54 years of age, 80.4% pre-pandemic, 78% today. So we've got some work to do. And yes, I do think overly generous benefits, until they ran out this month, was a problem for worker participation. Conrad de Quatros, a great Wall Street economist, he tells me the latest Fed Consumer Finance Survey shows that lower income folks have a $400 billion total of excess savings. Some of this from pandemic-related benefits and some other factors. So maybe that gives that group a bit of a cushion, and maybe they'll be a little slower to take a job and stay home a little longer. I hope not, but maybe they will. Now, if the Biden administration succeeds in layering on $4 to $5 trillion in additional entitlements and welfare without any workfare or education requirements, then this big government European-style socialism will in fact provide incentives not to work. This would be bad. It would do great harm to the workforce, to their families, and to the whole economy. And if you add to that massive tax penalties on successful earners and businesses, then you have a nasty witch's brew that will undermine our free enterprise economy and weaken us at home as well as abroad. So that's why I say save America, kill the bill. But I also say, let's put America back to work. So that's my riff tonight.
So all of a sudden, supply chain issues are a mainstream topic because more and more folks are going into grocery stores and coming out empty-handed. Now, the demand is there, but products just simply are not on the shelves. Last year, of course, the nation went through a period of product uncertainty that led to a run on a lot of things, including, of course, toilet paper. That was a result of shutting down the economy instantaneously, completely. And it should have been a wake-up call to move away from business as usual. Now, maybe the inability to get that special gift for Christmas could get folks demanding solutions from those people who are in charge. Now, of course, think of the reasons, some of these reasons for the current supply chain crisis. Lack of U.S. workers in key areas, especially truck drivers, sky-high energy costs around the world, places like China actually restricting electricity, sky-high shipping costs, lack of containers, COVID restrictions around the world, particularly where they produce things that we buy like China and Vietnam. It's vastly reduced their labor pool. And this all comes back to, why aren't we making these products in the United States? I mean, think about this. When America abandoned the heartland for cheap labor around the world, we also abandon the kind of investments that could sustain organic economic growth and increase the possibility of regular folks increasing their wealth through their labor. Instead of widening the welfare pool, which they're trying to do right now in Washington, D.C., and encourage people not to work, the nation should be focused on investing in real growth and really real opportunities. I mean, Americans really don't need or want to be coddled cradle to grave by a giant government that would have to actually confiscate wealth to keep this redistribution machine going. You know, in an era where everyone talks about sustainability, taking these exorbitant amounts of money from successful people, successful businesses, it can only work until both of those sources are tapped out. How about this? Instead, let's use our time and energy as a nation and go after those gifts, those blessings, those organic opportunities, and provide opportunities for all people. Now, to do this, we need better roads. We need to expand commercial rail systems and forget about the high-speed trains to small towns. It's never going to happen anyway. We need tax incentives to build factories and warehouses. We need to upgrade our electric grid. We need to build more refiners. That's right, oil refineries and sawmills. We need to teach skills from carpentry to truck driving. And by the way, we need to recognize those folks and the important jobs that they have. Let's stop putting them down. This supply chain crunch will smooth out over time. It always does. And then Main Street will move on to other stories. So now is the time to strike. Now is the time to start investing and making sure that we never really have to worry about getting emergency medical supplies from a different country or that super hot toy for a grandchild that just simply never makes it on a store shelf.
So you say everything going like Jordans?
Yeah, man. Dang, this was supposed to run. So, man. First thing first, Empress, what's your thoughts on the? Cause you heard Biden paid him. It's a buyer's. I don't know what Joe Biden said.
Buyer's market, and they have the control now.
Paid him.
Pay them more.
So, right, I feel like you would probably start off right there.
Yeah, definitely pay them more.
You think people need more money, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Before you say that, I want to know how you feel about the debt ceiling.
I was reading that under Ronald Reagan, 18 times that they had to deal with increases of the debt ceiling without a fraction of the craziness we see these days. What was different back then?
Well, first, it was all bipartisan. Our tax cuts in 81 were bipartisan. Our tax cuts in 86 were bipartisan. All that Reagan did was always bipartisan, working with both sides of the aisle, which is not being done now by Biden. It's just not. And the second thing is really important, Neil, is Reagan was using the funds to build economic strength through tax cuts, through pro-growth agenda policies, not by borrowing to pay people not to work. You know, when you look at the debt, there's nothing wrong with debt per se. If you can borrow all you want at 2% and lend all you want risk-free at 10%, how much should you borrow? As much as you can. If you can borrow all you want at 10% and lend as much as you want at 2%, you shouldn't borrow anything. These people are using the debt incorrectly. They should use it to borrow cheap and then use it to grow the economy with tax cuts, with pro-growth agendas, with infrastructure, all of that. But they're not. They're using it to pay people not to work. So you're going to find this leading to a lot higher inflation, a lot more, and the debt is being misused in this case 100% by the Democrats.
If we keep raising the debt ceiling, why don't we dispense with the...
Yeah, Emperor did tell. Oh, you already got him on there. Haha. Empress, small face, big brain.
What you talking about?
You got the closed captions on there. I'll put that on there. Nah, $66 billion for Amtrak.
66 billion for Amtrak and other rail projects. This is a part of the spending bill items, guys, for if you're just listening. Up to 12,500 tax credits for purchasing electric vehicles. 13.5 billion for electric vehicle infrastructure.
Hey, my bad, but when I seen that Tesla had got sued, that big money, I thought it was from this tax credit shit. I thought something had happened to him. Yeah, so to figure out that he was being racist.
Yeah, I definitely heard of that. I didn't know. Run that past you. But Medicare expansion to cover dental, vision, and hearing benefits reduced the number of uninsured Americans by an estimated 7 million in 2022 alone. 12 weeks of paid family leave, 2 years of free preschool, 2 years of free community college.
Man,
I thought preschool was already free.
I thought 2 years of yeah.
Maybe you gotta pay.
You gotta pay.
Are you gonna cover the school board members or
find
no?
an alternative where you don't have to keep revisiting this, or is it meant to be some, halfway attempt at looking like you're watching how much money you're spending, which they're not?
They're not, but it is. There is.
What is it there?
The U.S. debt. It is at 28 trillion.
Yo, y'all gotta start watching our cast, bro. I know y'all thought that was cool. What we was doing. How we used to show the people.
Debt per person is up. It was at 84 last time we checked. It's at 86.
Yeah. Hey, y'all boys, I remember y'all was on the cast, man. Look, the news started to show y'all the shit that we showed
person,
y'all.
per taxpayer.
Nigga, we didn't even show y'all this per taxpayer shit last time. This shit even worse. This shit even uglier. Because is a person a corporation? And is a taxpayer you? Where they going with this shit? Let me go see what the hell they mean.
What's the difference?
Yeah, who the fuck is a person? So they're saying, bruh, you don't owe 86,000, y'all boys. I was fucking up. Y'all owe 228,000. Yo,
you pay the tax. Come over here, boy. You pay the tax. Come over here, boy. Because per person is saying everybody on planet off grid, on grid.
Yeah.
Person.
That's what they should be saying, but I think they might be talking about corporation because for sure we know corporation is not person because they're not from the sun. Right? Taxpayer, right? Let me see taxpayer. Let me see what's the difference. Per tax. What? Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard them. I never heard them really do it like that. A U.S. person individual refers to a U.S. citizen. So, as they said, because who don't pay tax in America?
Babies.
Matter of fact, let me take this off the John, right, and see where they got the stats from. All right, yeah, let's go. Oh, this is the same one that I'm pretty sure the same one that we go to, right, baby?
I think you can type it in and it should give you the exact link.
Man, babe, this shit is crazy.
What?
So they got the U.S. national debt, right? Then they got the debt per citizen. They got the debt per taxpayer. They got the U.S. federal spending. And then they got the U.S. federal budget deficit.
Okay, so person is women, man, and children.
So it was citizen. Citizen is the same person.
Wait, I thought citizen is
They
person.
kept citizen. Oh yeah, citizen and person, the same person you saying. Okay.
So citizen is anybody with a birth certificate.
And then this one is even weird because
Or
this one,
naturalization.
look at this one right here. This is just a bunch of them. Let me pull it up so they can see it. The .org. Okay. This is fucking crazy. You see all these numbers, huh?
Yeah, I was seeing that one when I was looking for it when Ball's over here.
And we thought these shits was stupid. Like, man,
Yeah,
funny
I was
shit
like,
is.
Oh, give me some infograph, minimalistic. But I guess agreeing with telling you the pluses that they're gaining
Yeah.
So,
but like, can you zoom in for me, because this is interesting? Because they got the total state revenue, and then they got the state debt.
Zoom in.
Mm.
It's not on the screen though.
I don't want to put that there because you said you wanted me to roll. We're gonna finish this down right here first. Mm-hmm.
There's theatrics with this, but the theatrics are important. I mean, you listen to Janet Yellen saying how horrible it would be. I would hope that people would take into consideration when they're going to spend $5 trillion extra, that they might find some pushback on the debt ceiling. I think it does put a little bit more restraint on their spending, but maybe not, Neil. If it doesn't, of course, you shouldn't have any debt ceiling whatsoever. Just go for the gold. But in all honesty, the debt ceiling, if you go too far, will have hugely negative consequences on the economy. Already it has. I mean, it already has, and it will continue to have more and more. So the theatrics, I thought Mitch McConnell did a great job with the theatrics, to be very serious. I thought he did a great job, but I thought Schumer exposed himself badly on that. I mean, just bashing the Republicans. But the debt ceiling is primarily theatrics. You're right.
If Democrats could somehow cobble together an agreement that would include Kyrsten Sinema and Joe Manchin, the more moderate senators, and they get it through. Let's say it's closer to $2.25 trillion, not $3.5. Play that out. What do you think the impact will be?
Well, I think the impact will be very negative, especially on inflation, because what they're doing is they're transferring all these resources to people who aren't working or who are paid for not working. And they're taking it from people who do work through taxes and through debt ceiling. So by taking it from people who are through taxes, you're reducing their proclivity to work, so they'll produce less. By giving to people who don't work, they also will produce less, but they'll buy more. So you'll have less goods and services available, and you'll have more money being spent by proof of the spending, and that will lead to prices. When you spend more and you produce less, the price level goes up, and that is exactly what has been happening so far. And if they do this, and if it goes through, I think it'll be very tough on inflation and on output and employment. Already, Neil, the participation rate from, let's say, the end of Clinton, my hero, as a president, the end of Clinton was about 66. It's now down to about 61.5%, almost 62 at the latest. People are just leaving by droves out of the labor force and not producing. That is an inflationary environment, and it really isn't good for the country. Long run, there are less goods, and there are more people demanding them, and the prices will rise.
That's for Jerome Powell to address, and there's back and forth on whether he should be reappointed. I'd like to ask your thoughts if he's not reappointed.
Well, there are lots of very, very good people to fill the chairmanship of the Fed. I'm not one to give suggestions. I mean, I don't know. I thought Jerome Powell, when he was appointed, was a good choice. I'm much less enthusiastic about Jerome Powell than I was originally. But frankly, I think they should. I mean, I think there are a lot of people.
Economically sensitive stocks: Goldman Sachs, Home Depot, American Express, Caterpillar. Ooh, that beat me up. And Boeing.
Goldman Sachs is a great play, right? I'll probably wait for a small pullback. I'm pretty sure they had earnings because of all those supposed to have earnings. So. I have to double check that, but yeah. You was about to say something, Empras?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that it was down 0.9%.
Okay,
ticker for Goldman Sachs is GS.
Them out. What's your thoughts on Home Depot? You see, you don't see no growth in that.
Okay. Who are really good out there, and I think they probably should change Powell out.
Wow. All right. Art Laffer, thank you.
I mean, we shouldn't be doing these loans like this. They shouldn't be holding interest rates at these low levels. They should have tapered long ago and let markets handle interest rates. Let markets handle this. The interest rate today should be under a stable, let's say a 2% inflation, should be something like 4.5%, 5% on the 10-year bond.
Yeah.
And it's not. And every time you start getting closer and closer, you cause all these machinations and people shouting and screaming and all of that. you should just be done with it and let markets handle the situation the way they're supposed to.
Yeah, but markets,
not what the Fed's doing.
markets have gotten used to this, right? But you're right. The historical norms, we should
they
be
sure
more than
have.
double where we are now. Art, always learn something from you. Thank you very, very much.
Paste and go, paste and go. Empress like pasting and going. She fast on the motherfucking mic.
Please don't make me read this.
Huh?
Please don't make me read this.
Read what?
This US debt clock.
Oh no, I don't need you to read nothing. Just zoom in, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I could do my own thing, bro. You know what I mean? I'm developing a team of real workers. This right here, what I did was I went back to 2012. Right, so you can see in 20. Matter of fact, I wonder. This is actually the wrong year for crackers. Nah, you good. But when I do this, they're gonna zoom me back out. Oh no, not this side. All right, this is the 2008. This is when the crazy John happened. All right, so we was in $10 trillion of debt. Blah. Whenever they do this per citizen, I'm guessing they're calculating everybody that's technically here. The per taxpayer is everybody that's paying tax. I don't know how the fuck they differentiating niggas just here. Like who the fuck here is not
It's
paying
children, man. They use birth certificates and they use W-2s. Working people and then dependents.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, we give that information to them freely every year. That's the best thing next to the consensus.
This is 2025. This is what they look at as being in 2025.
Seems about right.
We only at 28 trillion right now, Empress. Do you know that?
Wait, what did I want to say? 48?
48.
All right, so this one's saying every single person too. Let me make this a little bigger. Why is the national debt so high? America's growing debt is the result of simple math. Each year there is a mismatch between spending revenues. Okay, whoop. Three major drives of our growing national debt. Demographics. America is undergoing significant demographic change. Every day we spend nearly $1 billion on interest. Interest will become the fastest growing part of the federal budget. In 10 years, our interest will double from where it is today. Yeah, so they're just giving you guys some basic information. This is pgpf.org, National Debt Clock, if you guys do want to tune into this. You know, it's a lot more minimalistic. Kind of just gives you the national debt price, and then it gives you the per person price on how much we owe. So yeah, that's very interesting. Let me go back to Webull. Let's check out what Bitcoin's doing. You guys don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We greatly appreciate any interactions or feedback that you guys offer. So yes, feel free to comment. Let us know what you think. And yeah, join the conversation. All right, so Bitcoin is at 56.2. It's down 0.16%. The low for today is 56,064. So yeah, it's up from its lowest point. And it looks like one of our tests is about to surpass, if not lined up. Let's see what it does. It's lined up, right?
What is it? This is on 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
But the exact one is coming up right now. This is the big moment. All right, so this is the moment of truth. All right, this is the moment of truth right now we're witnessing. All right, either this, because right now it's about to be in a downtrend.
Mm-hmm.
Either this downtrend is going to get rejected and it might be light at the end of the tunnel, or we might do a little more pullback. Because right now we're in a downtrend. Let's see what happens. And also, you got a theory that around 3 or 4, around those time, more action start happening.
Yeah, but right now it's kind of unpredictable because it's not in that bear market state where it's kind of just staying in between two big numbers.
Yeah, it's always extra action, right? Because at 12 for sure, around these times is when the Asian markets start.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
around 3, 4, and niggas is literally sitting in their office now and drunk 3 coffees and
Wired.
they ready to trade now, right? So around that time you get a little more action. But right now, like I said, this is the interesting point. Because the green moves so sideways, right? And this, when it had that pullback, it didn't go into a downtrend. That kind of gave it more room to be basically able to be defeated. You see how close the red is to being able to defeat this green.
Yeah, it's a short test.
Yeah. But if we can hold it, right, meaning not create a lower low, which is kind of hard because because Empress will tell you this, I always explain, if you see your MACD doing something different than what your shit doing, that's building up for a super trend either up or down. Meaning that's going to be one of those big pushes. Meaning that if you can go back, you see one of our green Johns right here, one of our green candles that was made under it, there's a green triangle. That's a super trend up. Right now, what you're witnessing, you may witness a super trend down because the MACD is still showing green, right? The MACD hasn't changed over red, but it's still going down. So when the MACD finally turns red, that's when a super trend is made because the pressure was already being built from the green. Right. So we'll just have
The
to
light greens.
We'll just have to try to see if we can get that reversal. If we get that reverse, it's a pullback. They're trying to get action. All right, it's a lower low. So, like I said, me and Empress always explain this. Once there's a lower low made, the previous test is now failed, and it starts back into a new whatever the situation may be. Right, we probably could for sure zoom out. Right, we could probably for sure zoom out of this chart, and we may even say, "Oh, this whole time we was in a red test." Right, there might even be that angle where you might say, "Yo, we're about to zoom out. We might be in a red test." Look, this is the exact shit I just predicted. That's the super trend right there. That's the triangle that I was telling you that was going to appear over this situation. So it's not saying I'm here knowing exactly what's going to happen, right? But based on our algorithm, based on the amount of study we have done, based on the amount of hours we done put in trade, and based on the amount of motherfucking data we done collected from trading, right? We can kind of predict those things. That super trend is what brought it down to the lower low. That's not a big problem. I always explain that. Why is that not a big problem? Because that's only one candle, and that's a wick. Right, that's only one candle and that's a wick. Usually that wick want to get filled up so it could feel complete, but that's only one candle and that's just a wick, right? And what you're witnessing now is 2 green candles be made. So what I was telling them, Empress, is how I predicted this super trend. It's not that we predicted it, but we, it works all the time. So that candle literally went into a super trend. So they see a triangle on top of it. So they should be able to be like, oh, brother, what are you talking about? All right. So I just wanted to show a simple test like that. We wanted to do some trading, but that's another art of trading, right? Never rushing into trades, right? Sometimes you just kind of watch the board and try to figure out what's going on. Right now, if this green works, then we're going to get the test that we're looking for. Like I said, even though it's set at a lower low, that's only one candle. Right now, we're not super stressed. If this keep on going on, meaning that if it drops another level, then we say, damn. But even with me saying that, the green test prior is still failed. I'm just saying that you're still looking for an entry. You're still looking for an entry. You're not looking for a sell right now. You're still looking for an entry. You're still looking for an entry. Based on what we're seeing, these may be the lows, but we're not sure. Look. One of the green candles that was previously green got reversed.
Never understood.
And one thing me and Empress always tell y'all about with these jobs right here, you never want to see a red candle finish downwards with the store hammer. And you never want to see a green boy finish upward with that Thor hammer. Whenever you see that Thor hammer upwards or downward, bro, you in trouble, right? But like I said, this chart right now is choppy. This is another art. They're trying to tell you this is patience. The market is designed to take the money from the impatient to the patient hands. So you can't get on here and say, yo, I trade all the time at this time, but I ain't trade all day. I need to get a trade in. You feel me? Nah. Right? Because you're gonna regret it. Right, you're gonna be playing catch up the whole time.
Saying? Your body releases these chemicals outside of the cells. You gonna be stressed and you can't even go to sleep. I think not going to sleep cool, bro.
Hey, I'm telling you, bro, we popularized it in our community. That when you listen to players like Kobe Bryant, he explained to you how important sleep became to him, motherfucker. How he figured out, like, man, I need to do this in order to perform at my best. Like, he didn't know none of these shits had nothing tied with nothing. But, right, doing some studying and kind of seeing some stuff and then putting it to work, being a scientist. Man, somebody said some fly shit earlier. Somebody was like, yo, you need to be a scientist with your own body. Stop telling people what to do. Right? If you wanna say like everybody should be a vegan, you start off being a vegan. Right? If you want to say that everybody need to do all these stupid stuff, you do that. You be a scientist for yourself. Don't force that on people. And then once you done trying it on yourself, try it on your family. Right? Then you come out here. Don't be out here with us talking to us about no nonsense that you ain't tell your own people.
Actionable.
Yeah, go talk to your family. Go talk to your close friends, nigga, if you really believe in this shit. If they're not listening, then cool. But at least you tried, and at least you have some form of working example, right? Where you say, yo, I'm trying to teach people about relationships. This is how my relationship going. I got some form of a working relationship, right? If you say, yo, I'm trying to teach people about trading, you got some form of working knowledge on how to trade, right? How to enter trades. What's a call option? What's a put? All these different things, right? Right. You gotta kind of know some of the basics. Like even if, like I said, even if you're trading, you may not know everything about the financial arena, right? So, but the thing is, I was in a room with a guy, and he was speaking as if he was an authority on different stuff.
This a ticker.
Empress, let me see that mouse. So yeah, man, we just gonna keep looking for an entry. Something might show up. And like I said, what's super interesting to me is that it's just this one candle. Like, just keep that in your mind, right? So, watch this. Let's see how much places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, about 113. About 113. We have a complete decision. About 113. And like I said, what's super interesting right here, what we're watching, a lot of people don't get it, is when you use these tests, you don't get caught in this wedge. Right? Because some people just use indicators, which is the craziest thing I can imagine someone doing, right? Someone just use indicators and get right here. This is a bad move. Say you got in right here, most people don't catch the super trend. So you seen it run and you say, damn, let me buy. So you bought somewhere in here, it went up a little bit and then it staircase down and then it went up and you thought life was in it. And you maybe have sold because you see it going down again. And once you sold right here, you like, man, I'm glad I didn't catch that super trend because you know it's going down more. You said, let's see. I'm just telling you, when you use these tests, you keep yourself out of the devil's playpen. Right? When you use a test to confirm your entries and exits, you keep yourself out of the devil's playpen. There is time that you say, yo, but I can't make a play right here. I see it. Yeah. But it's not always the best idea, right? To try to front run people. A lot of times you want to, it's like if a lot of y'all, I've been seeing y'all watching Squid Games. It's like the last, it's like the second to last motherfucking genre, where they had to walk across the motherfucking glass. And the nigga had a chance to be first or last, and bro's like, man, either one bad. Because in the first game, nigga, if you all the way in the back, even though you did the thing right, your time ran out. Right? So he wanted to be somewhere in the middle. He contemplated it. By the time he turned around, he ended up having to pick between first and last. You see how, no, I'm trying to tell you, you see how appearing to miss things, right? What they say, it's a blessing in disguise, people will call it, right? Appearing to miss things or feeling like you may have missed something, FOMOing, right? Feel like you missed it, so you jumped in. The one dude did that exact thing. He ran fast. And maybe he was like, yo, I don't want to go last. And there was chances between last and first. I'm choosing first. And patient money hands it to us. Patient money. Now they gets up to the John and they figure out what type of test it is. Now the guy in the back becomes the king. Still a problem. There's still a time. Still got to make crossing time. But now you have the best ability after you watch everybody go through their obstacles. Like I said, it's just glass, nigga. You really don't know what is what, right? And that's just the same thing in these markets. If you don't wait for these tests, you just front ran somebody, right? And then when they come back down on you, remember the same way you was excited about being first, right? When they come down on you, it's the same way you're gonna feel about being first. Right, because it's no reason to be first, right? You don't have to wait for this first one, like I said, unless you got big capital. Don't rush this first one, because the second one will give you confirmation. But look what the second one is doing. The second one is almost giving you some confirmation to open up a sell. But what I like to do is I like to test to see the levels. So now, if you open up a sell on depends on what type of website you're on. you won't usually get to sell at this price that it's at right now.
$70
Right.
more.
So they'll run you down. So now you got to even gauge for that. You can't just gauge for where it's at. You got to gauge for, okay, do it have the possibility of going to 55.9? If not, I don't think it's a good play. You feel me? You don't want to just get into something for the fuck of it, is what we keep on explaining. So with that, really, Empress, I ain't really got too much more to say. Like I said, we're still looking for an entry.
Yeah, it's definitely a matter of finding the balance in the extremities.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta get at the top, get at the bottom. Somewhere in between, you better get out fast.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you want to front run somebody, you better be an expert at exits, right? And same thing, right? If you're the last one in, you got to make sure that you're expert at speed also, right? Because like I said, the timer is still gonna run, so you still have to keep that in your mind that even though I'm last and I get the ability to get the second test. Now think about it. T said that they're usually 3 tests. So now I only got 1 more test. You feel me? So it's still, you still could look at it as a negative, but at least you're secured. At least you're in a spot where you're like, yo, at least I make some guaranteed money. I might not make the most money, but if I keep on doing this, I'm gonna catch those 2 tests where T said, yo, sometimes it turns into 4 or 5 tests, right? Because those happen all the time. So just make sure you don't try to time the market, right? We always say time in the market is better than time in the market. So you try to be that front running nigga and think you're going to time the market. Yo, right now, like I was telling Empress, like even when I first started trading, like I'll watch the chart sometimes and I see it turning red. I'll be like, this is the exit. This is it right here. Not doing none of these test shit that I'm telling you about that we done developed with all this data and all these different things. I won't do none of those tests, bro. I fuck around and get out of a play, nigga, that'll fuck around and run. I get in a play that's going straight down, right? Because I'm not even paying attention to the test. Yo, T, you looked at this time, bro? This is the second time it pulled back down, lower than that number, bro. This was good news. But you feel me? Those are the lessons. You can't pay a teacher for that, right? Because there's no way to convey that because you haven't went through it. Even if he conveys it, you're like, man, what the man talking about, bro? I'm going to get out when I make my money, bro. You talking about something going to run back down. No, bro, it's going up right now. We all looking at it. Yeah, but you didn't look at it. That this was from 4 days ago.
Sour day for you.
Yeah, it's been in the uptrend. You're on the 4 hour. You don't even know that you're looking at the wrong candle, right? You used to trading on 15-minute candle, but you're not looking at right up there. It says 4 hour. So now you reading these candles up there 15 minutes. So now you saying, yo, we just got into an uptrend. But you weren't paying attention that we've been in this uptrend for 4 or 5 days now. Because these are 4 hour candles. Right? So, just patience, bro. Patience is the key with this shit because you can't time it, bro. You can't. You could only lose.
Alrighty, guys. And that is the conclusion of episode 136 of the Black Wall Street Bets Taco Tuesday, where we talk about currency only, brethren. We will be back Friday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time is when our pre-show starts. Until then,